Welcome back. Now that we have created a linear weld, we are going to add a stitch function to that weld. So here on the pendant, I'm currently on my how-to screen. I'm going to move into parameters and then across into weaving. Here on the right, we have the stitch function, and to turn that on, I'm going to add the blue dot, and that's how I know that this stitch feature is on. Here on page 1 in our functions, number 1 is the weld end. So if you have a circular weld and want to apply the stitch feature, you can determine where you want those stitches to start and end. Number 2 is if you want to determine the distance between the stitches and you want to type in that manual separation. Or you can turn number 2 off and you can simply tell it how many stitches you want from the start to the end of your weld. Number 3 is if you want to create an offset and you want it to start farther than where you created your weld start point. And here in number 4, you can tell it how long you want each weld to be in this weld node. And on page 2, we can adjust our airspeed in between welds, and we can also increase our retraction distance. So if we want the arm to retract further from the workpiece, if there are clamps or fixtures or anything in the way that we want our robot arm to maneuver around. And that is how we add in the stitch and adjust those settings for the stitch feature. And now we will play to see how our settings look. And that is how we add in the stitch feature to a previously created weld.